I'm back. Terry's back. Terry's back. Terry's back. Okay. Okay. So, chilling tonight. Don't know what I'm going to get into really, but I figured I don't really want to do anything else. So, why not set up a stream, see who comes in. Maybe people will want to chat with me directly. I'll let people in if they want. You know, I also reserve the right to kick you off at any time if I don't like what's going on. But definitely, people are welcome to had a nice little thing to share with you all. So I'll cue that up here and get it set up to share. It's a cute little story. It's from one of my family members, so personal to my clan. Okay, so here it is. Okay. So, have I voted on this yet? I might not have even voted, so y'all are going to view me voting. Yes, I'm a woman, and yes, I vote. You can't stop me. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Let's make this bigger. Is there a way to move me around? Hold up. There it is. I'm able to move myself around. These shysters. I can't make myself bigger. How funny. I'm going to put myself in this little corner. Done. Wait, that's better, isn't it? There I am. I am bigger. Oh my gosh, y'all. Isn't this exciting? Y'all can't see it. Custom layouts. What the? Where'd my custom layout go? Here I am. Okay. Dang. They just don't make it easy. Okay, so yeah, my aunt sent me this, y'all. Apparently her little dog is being voted on for the cutest animal award. So I thought I would share this. My aunt, um, she's been through kind of a big transition in her life in the past few years. She left New York. She's relocated to her second home that she has in Florida. She's retired, all of that. And just around Christmas time, guess who shows up in her life? This little dog. So she was telling me the story about it. I was like very touched. But yeah, I thought she sent me this to vote on, so I'm going to vote on it, obviously. But I thought I would share it with you all because it's a sweet story. And this aunt is really solid for me. I'm very attached to her. She helped take care of me when I was small and my parents were a mess trying to get themselves together. I actually lived with her and my uncle and my two older cousins and just very close to them and loved them a lot. So yeah, my aunt and her little doggy Bruce. Okay, so this is the story. Bruce was left outside the complex gates 4 days before Christmas 2023. He was let into the complex by a wonderful neighbor who could not keep him. Bruce was very nervous and ran around the complex for almost 3 hours. I finally caught him and brought him to the Jacksonville Humane Society. There I was told I could keep him for Christmas or until someone claimed him. They called him Milk and Cookies because he is black and white. No one claimed him. I named him Bruce. He has become my wonderful Christmas present, wild howling and all. Bruce is still frightened by loud noises, but he is funny and loves to low crawl. Look at this handsome dog. This little abandoned dog. Isn't he sweet? I don't know. Isn't this a lovely story? And yeah, my lovely aunt, this dog just showed up one day and became hers. Isn't that lovely? I love when that happens. I really do feel like we get sent these animals sometimes to look after. He's cute as a mug, isn't he? Hi, Gregatron. Hi, Yoda. He is so cute. So yeah, I'm gonna vote because I believe in female suffrage. So here we go. Anyway, I'm gonna stop sharing. But yeah, fill this out. Let's see. He's gotten 75 votes so far. Isn't that nice? You gave you guys a shout out in my video. What guys? Why is it like this? It's supposed to go back to normal when I... Is Kale here? Hi, Kale. I still have Kale blocked. Sorry. Glad you're here, though. I can't see anything you're saying, though. Hello, Alejandro. Welcome to the chat. It's me, Big T. Well, I don't think I have any of my cards saved on my computer here. Dang it. Maybe I'll pay for it on my phone. But yeah, apparently you get one vote for every $1, so that's pretty nice. You and Yoda. Hello, Samuel. How's it going? Okay, so I had the vote for Bruce thing, the sweet story of my aunt's dog. Isn't he lovely? I'm so glad she got that animal because it's kind of like, she went through so much, retiring. She retired early too. Like we caught up recently and it was nice to talk to her and really kind of hear about what she'd been going through. She was describing, she was a teacher what she was describing, like having to deal with in the schools was just like appalling. And she was also mentioning that a lot of the, students that she was trying to teach were just in like such a mess from the pandemic. Like they just been through, I don't think about it because I didn't really know anyone with small children at the time that were like close, Of course I knew people and I had a friend who like started a family. Actually, a couple of my friends had kids during the pandemic. It's kind of interesting when I think about it now. I wasn't around any kids, and it's interesting to think about how much it must have impacted them in their little psychologies to be put through all of that stress and, taken out of school, the isolation. And, she was I did clean my camera. I was so embarrassed, y'all. I didn't realize it was my camera that was dirty. Embarrassing. See now and know. Indeed. Ain't that a good one? So where was I? Yeah, I was just thinking about that. She was just describing, she was teaching in New York City too. So you have to imagine like the life there is a lot different for these kids. They're often living, in smaller spaces. And you can imagine trying to be homeschooled, on a computer. God, I can't even imagine. I really can't. She was just talking about all the and I don't know too. I found I became really exhausted at that time too. Like, I don't know about this light. I have it on this like really pretty setting where it kind of flashes, but it's starting to annoy me. I don't know if it's coming up on the camera so much how it's flashing, but it's a little irritating. Maybe if I turn it around. Face it at the wall, we get a little bit of that light without. I thought it was aesthetic look or something. God, no. I mean, it didn't look terrible, but it's nice to have more definition, definitely. Like, especially for my hair. My hair looks so much more, you can pick out so much more of it. Your nephew was born in 2020. God, imagine giving birth in 2020. Like, actually, you know what? One of my coworkers, yeah, actually, a couple of my coworkers had kids. One of my, she's like my boss's boss. Yeah, my boss's boss, she had 2 kids, like within the past few years. And I remember her when she took some time off, for giving birth and whatnot, she was talking about, or when she was pregnant, talking about like, the time off she was planning to take and all of that. Yeah, she was describing like going to the hospital and how just difficult it was. And she would have to go to a lot of the appointments by herself. Like her husband couldn't come in due to the regulations. I don't even know. Even Corona. Oh dear. You were joking, I'm sure. Indeed, maybe, I don't know. It depends on where you were giving birth, I suppose, Because some of these, so I don't know. I hear a lot of horrific birth stories, But then again, that's, there, a lot of it's propaganda as well. But I don't know, just like hospital births, they seem to be like fraught with all kinds of scary things, and even not, and then there's, I don't know. What am I getting at? I just feel like she named him COVID. She did not. You're kidding. Oh. It's hard to imagine giving birth at all. Indeed, it's quite difficult for me to imagine. It is a bit terrifying, to be honest. I imagine, though, at my age, they'd probably want to just cut me open and rip the baby out. But anyway. Yeah, no, I do wonder. I'm like, what if, like, let's just say, big what if all the stars aligned? I wind up, like, how is that going to work? Like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like, what's the plan? Because I had a friend recently. I can't believe we're talking about childbirth. Please drop another subject if you can, because this is going to be a weird chat for sure. You don't want to know about these hips, Gregatron. No, I'm more concerned just about my overall condition. Like, so yeah, there's all kinds of things to consider. Um, but I have a friend who's uh, she's talking to me about, she wants to have kids. She's engaged. She's planning to, have some kids, and she's talking with me about it. And she said that she isn't going to visit a hospital at all. Like, she doesn't want to see a doctor ever during her pregnancy. And she's also planning to do a home birth. And I'm like, okay, this is all right. I am, radical, but also I get it to a certain degree, you know. And you wonder, like, I don't know. It's such a, yeah, there's like a part of that that seems like there's an appeal to that. I'm considering for myself, but then I worry about like just how fragile I am. I don't know. She's pretty strong. She's got a very strong constitution in her body. So she shouldn't have any, but you never know. You just never know. And I think, yeah, Court, okay. Having baby make you strong woman. How the hell do you know that? That's just something men say. That is just something men say. COVID and his sister Corona. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, having a kid during that time must have been so interesting. And I see these babies, they're lovely, but yeah, the kids that kind of were in school at the time, I don't know, it seems kind of like they really must have had a rough time of it, especially in like the dense urban areas. You have to imagine. I know New York was like totally decimated by COVID. I knew so many people who like, I don't know, it was the time of fleeing, I think, because, so much of the economy shut down. So a lot of people just had to go. Anyway, it's weird. I don't, reminiscing stream. Sup, Gators. Urban baby buggy bumpers. Indeed. I saw a lady pushing a dog in a stroller. That was pretty exciting. And there was a woman begging on the sidewalk with two small children. I got that hotel AC unit. It's kind of like that, yeah, it is. But it's nice, it's modern, it works well. I don't. It's an AC and it's also a heating source. It's interesting. And you know what? The AC, like the fan, I have a balcony out there. So when I first moved in, I planted some marigolds and they were starting to sprout. And I turned the AC on for the first time because I don't run it that much. I haven't run it today, for example, because it was only like up to 80 degrees, and at that I'm not hot. But yeah, it got up there, you know, the first time, and I turned the AC unit on and killed my marigolds. It was awful. I was so excited about them because I hadn't really planted anything from the seed in years. And they were growing in the soil, and I was so excited. And yeah, killed my little babies. So that was sad. Blasted them. Yeah, I've seen people pushing a cat in a stroller. I'm like, how do you even manage that? You know what I mean? Like, oh, ow. How do people manage that? Like, how does your cat just obediently sit in a stroller? Mine would never. The cat's not strapped in or anything. It's just sitting there. I'm like, this doesn't look right. And you know what else I've seen? I saw when I was on the streetcar a guy with a like, a perambulator, whatever you want to call it, a pram, a buggy, whatever. And it was a covered one, but there was like kind of this mesh you could see through. And I realized at first that it wasn't a kid, that there was actually like an animal in there. And then like I looked for closer and they actually had a bunny rabbit. This and he was a big dude. Like he was over 6 foot tall, probably over 250 pounds. Like he was massive. And he was pushing a bunny in a buggy thing. It was so weird. I took a picture of it. I wonder if I still have it. I think I posted it on my Instagram like stories at the time because it was such a weird thing to see. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I never thought animals are a placement for kids. I've had pets through the years. I mean, there's a long time where I didn't yeah, I didn't think I wanted them, or I just, I didn't really want, I didn't want to deal with men, really, was what it was. Um, so, and now I don't know, I don't really have one way of thinking about it or the other. Me telling George Floyd jokes in the chat. Oh, God. Yeah, the cat backpacks. That's weird too. Like, I would never put my little dude in a backpack. Like, well, I mean, I have had to put him in a carry bag, like, for sure, when I've had to take him to the vet for things, he hates that thing. He hates getting in it. Actually, I think I gave it away. Ah, yeah, I should probably look into getting a bigger one anyway, because it was a little bit small. He would fit in it, but and it was good because it was small, I could hold it really tightly, and it was like it's a bag. It's not like a case or something. So I can hold him close and kind of comfort him because he does not like to travel. So there's things about it that are good. But I think I gave it to a friend to borrow, and I don't think she ever got it back to me. But that's fine. Should probably just get a new one. I would never put him in one of those rockets, though. Well, maybe. I don't know. That doesn't seem right. It's such a mean thing to do to an animal. I don't know, especially a cat. I understand that there are cats out there that are docile and like will let you do anything to them, but I have never met them. I have never had one of those cats. I don't know what I would do with one of those cats. You know, your cat's pregnant, Court? Oh dear. They're getting busy out in the bayou. Okay, y'all, just breaking news. I'm going to go on Caleb Mopin's channel on Tuesday. We're going to stream together. He says, let's do Tuesday evening. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. We're going to be chatting about, he messaged me, apparently Kamala Harris attends the same sort of church that I do. She's a part of the same denomination. He's like, what do you make of that? And I was like, I'm not surprised. So yeah, I guess we're probably gonna get on and talk smack about Kamala and maybe talk about Christianity a bit. That would be great. This should be a fun one. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. He was on here last week. Oh yeah, and my friend and I are texting about this tree that passed away. Let me pull that up here as well. Oh, yeah. I've been on YouTube for 14. No, I've been on YouTube for longer than that because this channel isn't even my first channel, but this channel has been around 14 years. Big YouTube moves. I mean, this is a labor of love, okay? That's what I do here. Church of Satan. Indeed not. Indeed not. Milken. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think it's like, what did they do to these cats? Um, no, he founded a think tank called the Center for Political Innovation. I attended one of their like conferences that was in the Portland area last December. And they're going to be having one in Chicago next year, which should be really big. Um, they're doing some interesting things. They've got members around the country, and they even have some, in different countries as well. I met American expats that lived abroad, or like people who are affiliated. And yeah, he's well, I mean, he's more than just a communist. I don't even think that he would. Yeah, I don't even think he would like reduce his political views to that. But yeah, those are his roots. I mean, those were my roots as well. That's why I know him. Like he and I were activists at the same time. We were also, both on YouTube, and I was pretty big at that time, for that world. There weren't a lot of female Marxists, around. And definitely I attracted a lot of attention for that in the YouTube sphere, and I, yeah. But yeah, it was that's how we met. So anyway, I don't want to get off into all that, but yeah, his group is the Center for Political Innovation, and they've got pretty interesting stuff. There was some interesting, yeah, talks given, guests they had. I didn't agree with all the politics, that were put forward. I'm not. Well, anyway, I don't even get into it because I don't really even like to talk politics much. I mean, I will to a certain degree, but yeah, I'm in that world, for better or less. I do end up in that world. Let me get some. Yeah, well, I mean, I think he sees it the way like he's not a Marxist Leninist. He's not a hardline Marxist. He kind of draws on more influence than that, and he kind of is making his own. He thinks for himself to a large degree. He has his influences, but he's not like an ideologue in that way. I don't know, one of the more interesting people I've met on my journey through this life, definitely. And he's done really great things, but yeah, I haven't really gotten involved with any of it because I don't have the energy really to be political. I don't have the energy to be an activist. I don't have the energy to really be in a think tank. I just don't. It's not even what I want to be doing at this time in my life. I always think, yeah, I was more meant to be like the wife of a political figure, be more of a hostess or something in that regard, know how to tactfully navigate those situations rather than be somebody who's, actually responsible for that. He does. He's like an encyclopedia about some things. He's really, especially, yeah, that was one thing I really appreciated. They had a lot of Americana going on, really drawing on the American revolutionary spirit. Scott Ritter came and spoke at that event, and I just saw that his house was raided. I haven't looked into it, but that was interesting. So he was there. They had a video from Tara Reid. She's a supporter. Oh, hey, Maina. She became a member again. That's nice. Yeah, left adjacent. I don't know. Oh God, those people are insufferable. I can't stand that community either. You know what I mean? I tried, when I first started kind of like really grappling with the concept of disability, as a possible reality in my life, I mean, it's been a reality for a long time, but, I started like looking for support online, communities online. And I found those places so destructive, so bad for my mind and my overall health. Like, apart from just like people complaining a lot about their physicality. And I get it because it can be intense, especially like, in the communities that are centered around like, what I'm dealing with specifically, or what I've been diagnosed with dealing with. People really get into ranting and raving and just kind of being, very expressive emotionally about their frustration, their pain, the loss of all these things. And I get it. It is emotional, and it's, but you kind of have to just like be strong and deal with it. Like, let go. Oh my God. It's so yeah. I don't want to be like an advocate for anybody, for one. That's a big responsibility. It's enough responsibility to advocate for oneself and to do that properly. That's the only person that I'm really responsible. I'm an advocate for me. Number one, I'm an advocate for like anyone who I might have some responsibility over or owe something to, in some regard. But, I'm not really trying to be out here being someone's representation or trying to make things happen for other people, because I spent enough time in my life doing that. And it's really hollow and it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, I didn't know Tara Reid. She is like in exile. She is now living in Russia. I don't really know. Like, I haven't looked into that too much. I don't want to be honest. But I do think it's like interesting the way that she's kind of like, just lost her life, for speaking up and out, really, about something that may or may not have happened. Something that she alleged happens. I don't want to like even get there, but anyway, again, this is why I don't want to get too much into that. But she's an interesting speaker to have, definitely. Yeah, I know. It's interesting. It's just interesting, like, who gets hushed up and who doesn't. And this is the thing with like the whole Me Too thing. It was just a bunch of energy that got siphoned to go after certain men, take certain men out, basically. That's all it was. It was never really about addressing, the issues of, or the prevalence of like sexual violence or whatever in the world. It's just, a bunch of misdirected anger that could be used to, garner enough support and enough like fury to remove certain people. But, it's, yeah. And this is the thing too. It's like, how many like of the women who were like putting Me Too on their social media even came forward and was like, this is who did it to me. This is like, they didn't name the thing. They didn't like do it that way. It's just a weird way of going about it. So it's also like this weird like psychologically disturbing, you know, because people get triggered. And I got triggered. I'm getting roundabout. I'm going off in a tangent there. Let's bring it back to the disability thing. I get triggered by that content. I get triggered by a lot of those people because, you know, people who identify way too much with the world and their flesh, you know, and their false identities really are evil. And I became like really allergic to that kind of content where people are just being angry all the time. Like they're just being angry and hating someone. And in a lot of these, like the most popular disabled like influencers are all people that are pushing anger and hate and blame and victimhood. You know, they're all like blaming the able-bodied, acting as if the people who are not disabled are the reason why they don't have what they want in life. You know? The reason that our life isn't working out the way that they think it should. Look who's here, y'all. I didn't see the breakdancing girls in the Olympics today. Was that today? I don't watch the Olympics at all. Did you cover it on your channel? I'm sorry, we can just relax. You're going to clip me? I probably should get clipped more because sometimes I do say things that are true. Yeah, they are. The flesh and the world, the two enemies, the flesh and the world. Two things that must be destroyed if you are to overcome. But yeah, I just remember like, I think it was Crips and Spice maybe, or one of them. There was this other girl, I think her name was Emily. And I don't know, Glitter and Lasers is like another person. I don't know. She just popped into my mind. She's like a morbidly obese influencer who she does all this inspirational content about like, look, I went on a yacht. Look, I went, you know, she's really pushing herself like in a way that is scary, honestly. You know, she's traveling and I want her to live her best life, but like I do wonder the toll it's having on her. But anyway, because like she's massive. And I think like she's at the point where it's so much, she's so massive that it's the number one thing that needs to be addressed in her life, you know, like it's her number one priority, or it should be, you know. There comes a point with like a person's weight where if that's not their number one priority, like in life, then they're really running they're really running their candle out of both ends. Yeah, it is disturbing, isn't it, AC? Yeah, Gregatron's a real one. We love you, Gregatron. You dated a Japanese, wait, what is this? Hold on. My Japanese ex was a hip hop dancer. Japan would win. Okay, Dystopian Deep Dives watched it. Only did not choose triggered. The real you don't care. That's true. The real me didn't care, but it's like sometimes triggering isn't a bad thing. Oh my God, are you serious, Stacy? I never really watched Friends. I think I saw like the last episode because it was so much hype about it. Yeah, I mean, and you know what? Like sometimes you just know something happened to a woman. I get it. Sometimes you're just like, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there, but something happened. Something ain't right here. Okay. Yeah, Australian excellence. Australian excellence strikes again. Yeah. She using JLP talking points. You better cite your resource. LOL. I rep I rep for JLP. You must not know about me, Albert, and what we do here at the Terri Strange channel. We just read the antidote. We did reading and discussion here live of the antidote. So I do my part to get the message out. Um, it's weird that there are normal weight people that have heart attacks and 600-pound people that don't. Well, I mean, there's more to it. And I think, yeah, 600-pound people, they're just more likely to be taken out by something else. Because at that point, you have so many things going on. It's a terrible subject. I don't know. I thought of her. I want that woman to get better. I feel like I don't know. And apparently her mother and sister both died very young. And I just don't want that for her. It's not nothing to be like, an influencer and build a following and like do all these things. Like, but it just, I don't know. Yeah, people have to figure it out themselves. And yeah, so the disabled content out there, like there's just so much viciousness and hate in it, a lot of it, and how are you gonna hate really doesn't get you anywhere. And I saw that being a feminist, getting inducted into all that nonsense, like hate is the most unproductive thing you can do in your life. It is the most unproductive emotion. It's the most blinding emotion. You will be living in so much abundance and, clarity and peace, and not be able to see it because your heart is just full of wickedness. You're not able to appreciate everything. This woman, for example, like has so many things going for her. Like I'm just thinking of these different examples of people, like, and I have to think, at what point in history has it been this good to be disabled? Like really, I think about that. If I had developed this sickness, I don't know, 200 years ago, I would have gotten locked in a closet somewhere or like in an attic. They would have had no use for me. But I'm able to live a very full life because, of all of the resources that are available, all of the work that humanity has done to come to this point. And it's just like, why would I spend an ounce of time like being bitter or angry at other people because they can do things I can't? Like that's so backwards. And there's a whole lot of people. I just like also, I really, you have to understand like mindset. A person's mindset dictates how they view things and how they show up in the world. That kind of mindset is again not productive because we are a lot more capable than we give ourselves credit for as individuals, as human beings, for one. So like I know so many people who are able-bodied, who are physically strong, and capable of doing all of these things that I can't physically do. But, you know, their lives are not anything to envy. I'm in a much better position than them in many regards as an individual. Like, honestly, we can't be comparing ourselves to other people. It's really the thief of joy, for one. And you know, that's the thing. It's envy. It's envy. And envy is like so wicked. It's so wicked. Envy is so wicked. You take joy and delight in evil when you envy, and you find misery and hate in what is good. You know, that's what envy is. It's like having your heart backwards instead of appreciating. You know, you want to destroy. Your heart seeks destruction when you're envious. So that's what I saw in a lot of it. I just kind of, I mean, it was a big part of like, you know, thinking about it too. Seeing all of that really kind of showed me the truth of God, you know. Seeing how wicked all the people who are out here trying to be good or do something good or advocate or like help others really are. And of course, God can use a wicked person to do good things, of course, at any point. But a lot of it is just the devil's like being busy in people. So, anyway, I've been going off. Okay, cool. Go Japan. Japanese excellence. Japanese excellence. We see you. We acknowledge you. A pound of pasta. That sounds kind of good. I used to make a nice pasta salad in the summers. I haven't really made any pasta salads in a while. I have been craving pasta though. I thought I would make some chicken soup, but then I haven't really been feeling like it. Maybe that, but I usually put pasta in my chicken soup. You're so cute. You're so cute. You know, chicken. It has to be chicken noodle. It has to be chicken noodle. I always knew Friends was Satan. Yeah, I mean, it looked dumb. Yeah, my dad, I think that was one of the shows that we weren't allowed to watch in the house. Like, my dad would just, like, refuse to have it on. Is it going to say, I don't know, I don't want to guess. Put your money on Phil Wizard from Canada in the men's breakdancing tomorrow. I don't gamble, but hey, for those of you who do, there may be a tip there. I don't know. Thank you. That's awesome. I should do more clips. I really should. I had all day to be playing it with my YouTube. Maybe I should hire somebody to do that. We're not at that level yet, though. One day. I know, God, it is terrible. It is terrible. I know, like, years ago, I was hearing about women, you know, having police show up because they had gotten into, like, Twitter arguments with men who, you know, are claiming and you know, dressing and presenting as women. in some fashion or some idea of a woman. So I did hear about that. That happened to Posey Parker, right? That I think she was one of them. I think because she made a big stink about it, that like they showed up and she actually got like arrested and taken in and talked to about the, you know, tweets or whatever. I'm so glad I'm not on Twitter anymore, y'all. I mean, we can't even like disagree about what we perceive, or yeah, it's obscene, honestly. What's wrong with the Brits? And it's so interesting too, like because Brexit happened, and I thought when Brexit happened that there was going to be maybe some sort of like, I don't know, conservatization of the country in some regard. Like maybe people were going to, stop being so mommy state and crazy, but it's like just ramped up. And now Keir Starmer's in, and I just, again, another nice, sensitive male feminist type of dude who doesn't know what a woman is and is very much in support of taking away all sex-based protections in law under the guise of helping men who, perceive themselves as female. It's obscene. I said I wouldn't get political tonight, y'all. Dang. Terry, react to this live. Yeah, no, I mean, I was totally up in it. I own it. Own it. It was awful. Awful. They might have. I mean, there were people who kept their relatives, as best they could. But, if you were, I mean, just imagine in my family, like if I were at the, mercy of, that's the thing, being at the mercy of other people to survive. Disabled people have a lot of freedom. We have a lot of freedom. I don't even identify that way. Like, I'm not unable. I will figure out a way. Yeah, that's it. That's what I don't like about that term even. It's, yeah. Handicap is better. Handicap is more descriptive. I've been thinking about that. It is. Because that term, even disabled, I'm not unable. We're going to figure it out. So we're going to make a way. I know. Yeah. I don't. Hey, it's not an issue. Yeah. He's hungry. Is he here? Are you here, Fred? I was hoping Fred would show up. Whoa. Court's like, look at this praise. He says, sticking to her guns, even though she'd shooting blanks in some of those guns. She don't play. Oh, God. That's right, Yoda. Oh, God. I had an interesting experience once because, like, it's not like people say dumb things to me sometimes. And if I were in that, like, victim mindset, I would let it get to me. But yeah, I remember one morning I was like going into the grocery store to get a couple of things, and it was like it had just opened, it was early, probably like 6 something in the morning. And I was coming in down the ramp, and there was an elderly man using a walker to come in, ahead of me. So, he walked through because the ramp was tiny. So, like, I waited for him and was behind him. It's a big ramp, honestly. In the store, it's kind of annoying. A lot of the stores, like, I don't like that. I want to be able to just get in and out. I don't want to have to like do the ramp thing. I mean, it's fun. I get to test how I drive, and I'm pretty good at driving it. But like, anyway, yeah, then I'm coming in, and he's grabbing a basket, and I'm just smiling at him. And then this like couple walk by, and the woman says something to her man. She's like, very like, now what's wrong with this picture? And I was like, just like offended. But didn't react. I just let it go. I went about my bit. I didn't say anything. I didn't acknowledge it. I just, ignored it and went about my business. And yeah, I was thinking about it later on, and I was like, if I had been, I think, if it had happened maybe a few years prior, I might have popped off and gotten into some sort of like altercation with this idiot, right? And what good would that do me? But I would have probably been convinced in my wicked mind that that was justice or that I was acting righteously because, my anger was good. And it was mine too. It wasn't some like spirit that was trying to get in me. You ever notice that too? Like, you got to watch yourself when you are interacting with people because, yeah, the spirits that are in them will try to jump in you. So don't like let somebody else's anger become yours. Like, you let them keep their anger or whatever awful feeling they're operating in that's causing them to act whatever type of way to you. Like, don't let them put that on you. Don't like let that spirit into you. Yeah, because y'all eat all that fried things, and it's humid and hot and whatnot. That's true. Do they smoke in Louisiana? Oh no. I'm sorry. Crawfish lasagna. Yeah, that sounds like it would be good. You should bet on the men in the women's boxing. Indeed. But the trouble is finding someone who's going to debate you on the other side of that, or who's willing to take the female side and place that bet. Because who's going to do that? I was talking with someone the other day, and this person made me angry. They didn't make me angry. I got angry interacting with them. And, I later came back and apologized. And, it was good. It was good that happened. But yeah, this person was like, just talking about like the hormones that they put transgender people on and the effects they have on them, and like really misrepresenting, I felt, the reality of the situation in favor of this is what people are told though. So I understand that they believe it because, people in authority tell them it. So, people who are authorities are the ones that we listen to, even though they're like completely like destroying you. Oh God, it's such an awful issue. It's such a bad issue. The like, it upsets me, and it upsets me how many people I've known who've gotten sucked into that mess. You think, especially watching it happen to women, it's hard. It's really hard for me to watch it happen to women, like have them get put on testosterone. Like it's what they're doing isn't right. I mean, it's bothering, for either sex. And this isn't, meant to be hateful in any way. Like I'm saying this because I have a lot of love for people, and when I see them just being like how lied to and experimented on and like taken advantage of, and to see their natural God-given beauty destroyed is hard. You know, it really is. It's hard to see. It's hard to see that happen with people. I guess a lot of people are really victims of it too. I was talking earlier today about like Lady Gaga, and all these women who bleach their hair or dye their hair at all. I dyed my hair for many years. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Like now in my mind, I'm like, I spent all of these years running from the perfect way I was made. Thinking I could, do better than what God already did. Anyway, sorry, y'all. I'm going off. I need to catch up with the chat. Yoda, you are so nasty. Yoda, you are a degenerate and a thug. Wow, is that going to be our future? We're going to have drone police come and tase you. And then we're going to have like Black Lives Matter rioting because the drones are like tasing more blacks than whites or something, or not even more blacks than whites. Let me rephrase that, because nobody gets killed more in the US than white people by cops. So nobody wants to address that. Like, it's specifically also people who are classed as handicapped and disabled of some kind. Way more likely to get killed in an altercation. And obviously that can happen just because they're more fragile generally. But yeah. Gregatron is watching. You look like you would watch Friends, Gregatron. What is a woman? That's a good question. What is a woman? Well, it's I think a role that we're given. Yeah, it's a role that we're given by God. It's someone who is I think naturally nurturing, naturally, a bit wild. Um, but I think a woman ultimately is somebody who knows her God appointed role and remembers it, as her duty to, live by that. I think that's what a woman is. And if you're not really living that, are you a woman? But then we have to think of break down what is that role. And I think some parts of it aren't even really spoken, but I think ultimately it's to be a friend, a helper, a nurturer. And we're able to do many things, But, I think at the heart of it, there's something about that essence of being a pal, being a friend. It's part of being a girl. Tee hee hee, hee 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 hee. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad you agree. People are talking about him like he's handsome. Okay. Like Rishi wasn't handsome. What happened to Rishi? I want him back. I'm going to lose him. He's going to have to step down now. I liked him. He was cute. Keir Starmer, is empty. Yeah, he just has this. Mm. He's just a. I don't like him. I just don't. Ugh. You can just. Ugh. Oh no, not your sake. What was in my pasta salad? Well, sometimes I do one with pesto, and I put spinach and probably some goat cheese or some feta in it, some kind of cheese like that. Or sometimes, with the pestos, I would do cheddar. That was fun. I would do a sharp cheddar cheese, olives, black olives. I don't know, usually whatever kind of other veggies were around, like maybe some green onions. I didn't really put meat in it ever, I don't think, as a little pasta side or main dish, to be honest, because I am a carb addict. Yeah, but these things get intertwined, and they are, read my shout out. I'm not reading your shout out, you pervert. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. I have funky chicken legs. Wow. That's funny. I like the chicken too. Yeah, I know, I know. And yeah, I have that little fighting thing in me that's kind of excuse me, what you just said was very rude. You're very rude. You're very rude. I mean, I don't even know. I don't think I had great. I mean, I did. You know what? But that's just the right strategy. Don't. If somebody's whatever demon was in that lady that I brought up earlier, I didn't need to be messing with it. Oh, I got a super chat. Hold up, Fred. I think that's Fred. It looks like Fred. Hit the like and thank you for being so nice and supporting me like a real gentleman. But that's one thing about Fred. I can say, unlike some fellas out here, some of y'all. They are beautiful. My legs, they're very white too. Yeah, they're very. I do like my legs. I like catch them sometimes. I think yes, they're comely. It's nice that see what the way women are made is beautiful. Like why? Ugh, it's simply just sterilization drugs. I mean, they do all kinds of things. They do all kinds of things to people. Like it's not just sterilization. I mean, that can be one effect of it. But usually sterilization that they go through is physical, forms of castration, either through removal of organs or breast tissue. Um, the hormones that they're put on, they have an effect on a lot of different things going on with the person. So this individual that I was talking to stated that once a male has been on testosterone for 3 years, that was the magic number 3, right? Some wicked, evil magic going on there. But yeah, just hypothetically, then this person thinks it's so acceptable for them to compete in like women's sports because the estrogen starts to actually affect them on a deeper level at that point. And I was just like, that's so, what about their whole skeleton that went through male puberty? Duh. For one. And then this individual also stated that a female to male, transgendered person could, if they worked out enough, compete in men's sports without a problem as well. And, apart from like the delusion of that, the delusion of the like very real physical sex differences between men and women. What happens to individuals who undergo these transformations, like the effects it has on their physical body? If you have your breast tissue, if you have a double mastectomy, you're not going to be no athlete, honey. I know women who've had their breasts removed and can't lift their arms up over their head now because they have so much scar tissue, or just there's so many different problems that come about with the, removal of the breasts. And this isn't being, they're just like mesmerized, not even recognizing or realizing that, there's profound implications on your body to like removing things. And yeah, you're not going to be a star athlete with that. You may be able to do some things. You may recover in a good way, potentially, but like, you're going to box with men, like, especially something like boxing. Let's just think female to male transgender person boxing an actual male, like a normal male boxer. Who wants to see that? Who is that? Like, who thinks about that in their like heart of hearts and knows that that's wrong? You know what I mean? Or doing any kind of like high contact physical activity. Like, that's wrong. Hi, Josh Music. Good to see you. Hey. Oh, you were there during that conversation I brought up. I know. That's the other thing about it. Or they oftentimes just don't believe in God. Thank you. Stay strange, but stay logical. Dang. The more I hear about this chick, the more evil she sounds. Wow. Yeah, I know. I remember when I gave up dyeing my hair, that was such a good thing to do. I remember like when I decided to just that I wasn't ever going to do it again. And I think that was when I was like 31. I dyed it black one last time and then that was it. I was like, never again. I'm going to live with my hair. And I'm so like I fell so in love with it. The color, the texture of it, the everything about it. Like I have such nice hair, and I never I just took it so like for granted or whatever. All those years trying to make it different colors, torturing it. Awful. Awful. When I could have just like let God's creation shine. Oh, super sticker. What's the super? I can't see the super sticker. Super sticker. Say that 10 times fast. Oh, that's Trump. Yes. It's Trump. But describe it as Trump as Jesus with a mullet, stating that he almost died for your sins. That's very evocative. Not evocative. It's provocative, not evocative. A grower and a reflector. A woman is a woman. That's a tautology, though, isn't it? Yoda's Yoda, mind your business. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. Well, that's how you get the roots to go down deep, huh, Court? I haven't done any experimenting with AI. I mean, a little bit actually. I did go over to a friend's house and played on some sort of, I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what the program was that she was working on. But she was really into it. She was creating all kinds of cool images. What pasta salad would I make for chat? Oh, I'd make the simple one that they used to serve at the River Cafe that was at the the airport when I used to work at the airport. Okay, here's what it is: shell pasta, baby leaf spinach, black olives, right? And then get this. This is the main ingredient. This is the sauce. Ranch dressing. Boom. That's your pasta salad. Oh wait, no, I'm missing an ingredient. Diced Roma tomatoes. There we go. And ranch dressing. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I would crumble bacon in it. I haven't made it in so long, but you know what? That would be good with some bacon crumbled in it. That's what I'd make y'all. Y'all are my ranch dressing pasta salad. No, no, I wasn't meaning that if you didn't donate to me that you weren't a gentleman, and not in any way. Frederick is a gentleman in how he conducts himself with me. That's all I'm going to say. like never dirty, um, like, you know, never disgusting, never personal, um, always aware that I am a woman. And also, like, just in terms of, you know, defending, he's been defensive of me when people were unjust to me as well. Like, gentlemanly behavior, when other men have been inappropriate or mean, he's told them to stop. He's, been like, that ain't right. So anyway, just some examples, people in the chat are not always they say things about him that are just not really always thoughtful. But anyway, going off. You are so nasty, Yoda. You are so nasty. Like, Yoda. You know Yoda is a white man with these kind of comments. He couldn't be anything else. Good God. Yeah, but I don't want to see it because it would be horrible. I bet you are too, Mana. I bet you start beating up your husband like that lady in that clip on JLP all the months ago. Remember when they were showing videos of women beating up their men? That's Mana. Her husband walks in, they're out of pot. She kicks him into the bathtub. And then when he's in the bathtub, she just starts kicking him and wailing on him. He's all curled up. I know what Australian women are like. I've seen you all on holiday drinking. A salad without cucumber ain't salad. That's a fair point. Frog-eyed salad. Yeah, the tomatoes I can't believe I forgot the tomatoes. T-bone steak, baked potatoes, and a garden salad. You don't want the pasta salad. Just don't tell people it's ranch, Yeah, I know. I asked them about it. I was like, because I was never big on ranch dressing. I'm not like one of those. When I was a kid, it wasn't my favorite, It wasn't one of those. So I used to get the pasta salad at this little cafe, on my lunch breaks. I would go over there and get me some pasta salad. Man, I loved that job. I was feeling myself at that time. I was young. I was independent. I was making my way. I was making money. My body worked. I was looking good too. But anyway, yeah, we get that pasta salad. I loved it, and then I asked them. I'm like, what is in the sauce that you put on it? And they're like, it's just ranch dressing, honey. And I was like, okay. And I went home and I made it. I got the stuff. I got the ranch dressing. I got all the ingredients, and I made it. And it was the same thing. It was for real. This is insane, Court. Terri would look sweet with green highlights in her hair, with green nails and lipstick too, and green glass slippers. Just repeat after me, Terri. There's no place like Greenland. That's insane. They're going to make it happen. Yeah, I felt like definitely the ranch thing as a kid, I just didn't get into it. I felt like all the people I didn't want to be like were into ranch. I was like, oh, the basics and their ranch dressing. I'm going to get blue cheese. Blue cheese dressing. Yum, yum, yum. Cucumber and black bean. That sounds good. Although I don't eat many beans much. I find them, a bit, well, I don't know. It depends. They just have to be prepared in a very specific way. But yeah, eating whole beans is kind of like doesn't really work. Or I guess like there's softer beans, like black beans I can't. I guess the like black beans would be one, but I've had like white beans and I've been okay. I probably couldn't eat, maybe if they were prepared right, I could probably have fava beans. It is, it's so good. Yeah, I lived in a very hot, yeah, place too, my old place. Irish pub in the house with the Thousand Island dressing. Thousand Island, what's in that? It's like a mix of two dressings, isn't it? Cherry flavored scorpion in a root beer float. Ooh, that's nasty. I don't really like, I don't know. I've never really eaten liver, honest. Well, I have eaten liver. That isn't true. I have eaten liver, but like, not like that. Not like cooking it like that. I eat it as like a pate. If it's all pateed out, I can like bear it, but otherwise I can't just, bite and chew into liver. It doesn't work. I'm too. But yeah, fava beans are delicious. Like some buttery fava beans. Oh my God. They are so good. Mm-mm-mm, so good. So good. Is Lupin here? I didn't see Lupin. Wait, is this Lupin? Well, hi anyway. It sounds like a guy thing. Okay, French dressing. That's like that red one, right? I saw some candies at the store. I almost bought them today, but then I'm like, feel like coughing again. Excuse me. They were like gummy candies, but they had tahine on them. So they were intriguing. I hadn't seen them before. And so I like went over to them. I didn't end up getting them. I went in for some like Chinese, deli Chinese food, y'all. Oh, Caleb's here. Good night, Gregatron. All right, y'all. Can I announce it, Caleb? Are we official? Are we on? You texted me back. Are we on for 5? When are we on for? Next week. Yeah, we can make it happen on both channels for sure. I don't know. I don't know if I can enable that with mine. I have like a very limited StreamYard service. I do pay for some features, but I don't know that I have that feature. But you have that feature, right? Yeah. Okay. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be going live, and it's going to be awesome. I guess we're going to kick up our heels and talk about Kamala Harris. That will be fun. No, Tuesday. Let me look at my calendar. Tuesday the 13th. Lovely. Tuesday the 13th. I wonder if I should bring anything else. I mean, I don't know. The American Baptist, huh? Am I going to be a good representative of them? I don't want to do anything to compromise them in any way. I'm sure I won't, though. Her code switching is interesting. Yeah, I know. It's so, she's just so, yeah, she gives me like these fraudulent vibes. And I'm like, this is going to be our first female president. Like, are you kidding me? Like, really? These are our options in America? Maybe it's not the time. Maybe it's not the time. When the time comes, she'll naturally emerge. Like, that's how it should happen naturally. It just doesn't seem like this is all, it just seems so like, ugh. But I guess nobody really naturally emerges. I mean, but it just doesn't feel right. It's like, doesn't feel right. Yeah, I did mention what was going on with Scott earlier. Okay. Well, I'm not surprised because they have a, civil rights history. Oh dear. Don't see now and no. I don't know about any of that. But I know Caleb getting asked the questions. He's not even on. Yeah, what I don't know what to think of that man. He's the guy that was advocating for what? I don't know much about him, but I'm sure he's problematic, right? Yep, there he is. Governor of Minnesota. Minnesota, oh dear. He looks like the governor of Minnesota. He should stay there. You stay in Minnesota, dude. You look like that's where you're from. I don't know, man. I don't know. It don't feel right. It does not feel right. Like, I don't know. Okay. I'm going to look him up on Wikipedia. Good old Wikipedia. But yeah, I heard he was the one with the controversy surrounding putting like tampons in the boys' restroom. Who said that? Who on earth said that? That's hilarious. Oh my God. That is hilarious. That should be another clip, huh? That would be a funny clip. Oh, he should stay there. Yeah, have a good night. Have some nice, cool, light, refreshing salads in your future. Obviously gluten-free. Oh my goodness. He should be in a labor camp in Nova Siberia. Oh my. I mean, he does look very Minnesota, doesn't he? Okay. Impressive Wikipedia page. Let's see, I'm looking up his What's his denomination? Evangelical Lutheran Church. That sounds problematic. Yeah. American Lutheran. So they're the most conservative in the forming bodies. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know much about them. Apparently, they have openly gay clergy. Hmm. Evangelical Women's Caucus. Oh dear, not a women's caucus. They ordain women as pastors. Interesting. They ordain gays and lesbians. I kind of want to look up the American Baptist now. I mean, I know a bit about them and their history, but like, I'm wondering what their Wikipedia page would be. You know, what it would come out with, just so I know certain facts. It'd be good to know, especially so that I'm prepared. He did go crying. Were you crying? He's nipping at his dish. He's getting the last morsels he didn't finish earlier when he got fed. You didn't finish, did you, sweetheart? I don't know what sort of boy you think he is. Just because he's black doesn't mean he's like those other black cats. He's his own self. He isn't like that at all. He's a sweet boy. He wouldn't do any of that. Certainly not shoot dice, eat catnip. And I don't know, there's not many cats around here. It's just not really an area for them. Although, I mean, they do show up from time to time. There's a clerk at the grocery store um, that I talked to years ago who told me about his cat. And apparently, he was like closing at work one night, and he's worked at this place forever. Like a lot of them have. You know, it's an interesting thing about those grocery stores. You know, people stay. A lot of them. But yeah, he this cat just like I guess yeah showed up outside the business one night. Somebody must have like dropped it off or got lost. I don't know, but yeah, he took it in and it became his kitty. So I always ask about it because it's like such a lovely story, you know. Just like Bruce, my aunt with her dog Bruce, you know. Nick just went live again. You should call him and say, "What the heck?" Well, no, I didn't want to be on all night. Y'all should do a collab stream. Oh dear, I don't think so. I don't want to. I don't know. I'm there to support Knit, you know. But I don't know if I want all that. all that mess. What's he doing? Is he doing his VR? Let me spy on him. Let me pull it up. Hey, you don't got to go watch Nick. We'll watch him here. I'll spy on him. I'll collab without his consent. Let's see. What's he doing?
The skills he has.
Hold up. I'm going to present. Share screen. Here we go. Yeah, why are you doing this, Nick? Why are you doing your girl Terri that way?
Will spread by force
Hey,
his ideology of forgiveness. And will basically tear down anyone who stands against that. So that's the character we're playing. I think that's.
oh,
what we're
he's
gonna do.
playing
We're
his
gonna-
weird little
we're
video
working. So
games. I don't
character
like
progress,
these streams that
I
much.
got RimWorld open right now.
Oh, I can see Mr. Pink's comments. I have him blocked.
I
Let's see
got
what's
RimWorld
saying.
open right now.
Nick
And
and
we
Black.
gotta choose somewhere on this planet that's been
There's
generated
Albert,
for us
Batman.
where to drop. And
They'd rather watch me play video games than hear me
Drop
like
here
go
on the
off
zone, where we
about
have
my truth.
temperate forest. We got some slate, granite. We got plenty of stuff to start our very important crusade.
What is this? I like when he does
Ending the
goes into
crusade in the
VR
year
chats. I
3023.
love those. Those are so fascinating when he's talking to people, like who he
It
comes
ain't
across
flat. Look, guys, it's not
and
flat.
how he red pills them.
It's proof. I don't know what to tell you. Time to let that go.
But this, yeah,
Right,
I
so
don't
what's our
like
ideology? We
video
gotta pick our
games. I
ideology.
find it rather dull.
We gotta pick our ideology, and I say we pick a.
What is this game?
What the heck? I'm hearing noise. I'm just saying that I say we pick. Let's turn that off. I say we pick
Make a space
malleable
colony.
ideology,
Oh.
but we'll start with a supremacist ideology. Not Zionism, no.
Zionism, space Zionism.
What ideology? No. We want. I think we want the supremacist ideology, Elias. I think we're gonna spread the message of forgiveness by force. Okay, this is our version. So what's the name of our
message of
ideology? Let's just
forgiveness by
forgiveness.
force.
We're gonna spread forgiveness. And the adjective for our people, or for the forgiven, yeah. What do you? Anything better? Forgiven.
Interesting. I don't know. I'm not that interested into this,
You know what I'm
to be
saying?
honest.
Forgiveness supremacy. We're gonna force them to forgive. Like God, and no, this is misinformation. This is not how God intended for you to forgive. This is a video game. Loud and clear. What's our symbol?
A space version of the Crusades. Oh my god.
Bloody.
I feel, you know what I feel like right now? I feel like his big sister. I'm like
Supremacist.
buying in on him doing something
pick
silly.
the hand.
Like, what is he doing?
Maradona.
Oh my god.
We're gonna go off that tangent here. We are not the cult of Maradona. We'll just be the star. Like Lucifer. No. Leo Gonzalez. I'll have you know, if you know anything, I'll have you know. We'll pick this like Neo.
Bond donations going to the Ankle Baby's new GTX Sport.
I'll have you know.
I don't know what
my
that
whole
means.
computer,
Hey?
I paid for it. It paid for itself.
Yeah.
Pocket
You want to do
graphics
this?
Cards during the graphic card gold rush of 2020.
I mean, yeah, Nick is the only gamer I've ever
You could judge me,
actually watched at any
but I'll have
point
you know I
do
was quite
anything.
a businessman.
Come on, get up here, baby.
Piece of machinery.
Come on, what are you crying about, crybaby? Get up here. You know I got this lap.
Not the star.
Get up
Okay,
here.
we accept
Get up here, you little
we accept
Come on.
ideology recommendations.
Come on.
Ideology equals
What
silent
you
prayer.
thinking?
should
What are
we
you
just
saying?
the
Get up
silent
here.
prayers. The silent prayers,
Come on.
and in the night would come.
There's my baby.
The silent prayers And our
It's gonna create abrasive
people are
blondes.
just, they're just the prayers. They pray.
Oh goodness.
That's our ideology name. Silent prayers. They pray. Wait.
Man,
You just go
look
on
at
the
you.
nose with it.
So
PREY.
fine. What a fine cat. This is a fine
Should we go
cat.
on the nose with it? Silent prayers.
What a good kitty. So good kitty.
Yeah.
How come I'm so lucky
Okay. Let's get in
to
there.
have this kitty?
Silent pray. Okay, so here's our
I mean,
ideology.
yeah, how many
Slavery is
dudes are out
honorable,
here, you
okay?
know, doing
Execution
this? This is
respected
like
and guilty.
big. A lot
Female
of these
clothing,
guys
pants and
who
shirt.
they're video
Male
game streaming
clothing,
have
pants.
massive followings.
Blindness is horrible. We
People
don't like that. We
love
do not like cannibalism.
giggling in the chat and watching,
We
you
do
know,
not like corpses.
people play
I don't
video
know, some of this has to
games
maybe
while
change.
the guy goes
I
off
don't know
about
if
whatever
it's
his like ideology is.
This one maybe change.
It's a big market. Nick
Physical love
is
is
the one
free.
getting in on
What
it.
about Skull spike desired. Okay, hardcore.
Hey, what are you doing? That's mine.
Marriage. Okay,
That's
men's
not
spouses
yours.
one
That's
only.
mine.
Women's spouses
You
one
didn't put that
only.
in your hair. Look what he was
Based.
playing with.
This is
He thought my
absolutely,
barrette was
Silent
his.
prayers. Okay,
All right, y'all. I
right.
can't continue to watch
we're
this.
happy
He's
with
being weird. Get me back here. Interesting. And to think I waited for him to go off before I started. It's all good though. I don't really want to be on all night anyway. It's a good time to think about winding down. What do you think? Should I wind down? It's been a long week. Should I wind down? I could see how that would happen. Yeah, we got the feminine energy back. I know it's so weird, nerdy, masculine energy when the boys are playing their little video games. Gato, that's you. Are you gato? Are you a gato? Are you a gato? Yes. Such a cool dude. Are you the coolest dude? Yes, you are. He is. He's the best. He's so good. I mean, they make pretty good cats, you know, but this one, he's the goodest one, I think. He's the best one I've seen. You're the best one I've seen. Are you the best one I've seen? Will you let me hold you? Oh, you let me hold you. Thanks, Yoda. He is cute as a mug. I'm so lucky. He's so cute and cuddly. What did I do to deserve such a cute, cuddly kitty? I don't know. Hula trance calms you. What is hula trance? Hula trance. Hula trance. Man, we went all over the place with this stream, didn't we? Oh, thank you, Samuel. Why can't I see the stickers, though? People keep sending me stickers, but they're not coming out. Oh. What? Why? I love sending stickers. They're so fun. I love the stickers. Describe the sticker you sent me, and then I'll gush about it, because I love when I get to send people, like, super stickers. They're so cute. And they have all kinds of different ones. Oh, wow. Here he coming in with another donation. Samuel again. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you for 2 lovely donations. Going to support the Terri Strange network. Oh, yeah, those poach rats. Aren't they adorable? Have you seen them, the poach rats? They're so cute. Let's pull them up, actually. Let's pull up some poach rats. They had, in the movie Willard, was the first time I ever saw one, starring the fabulously handsome Crispin Glover. But yeah, these things are so cute. The Gambian poach rat. So cute. Are you ready? I mean, if you were a cat that grew up with 3 dogs, like, you'd be a bit testy as well. I find cats that do have like dogs around do tend to be testier. So yeah, look at these little babies. Look how cute they are. Oh my God. You gotta be cute up to a point, but this is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. I love them. They're so dear. Oh wow, this one is on his shoulder. Oh my God, I can just imagine. They'd be so fun. I love them. I just love them. Love them, love them, love them. Watching videos of them is like really fascinating too. I love rats. There's something about them. They're just, look at that with a little backpack. There we go. Yeah. They can sniff out people and find people. Like, yeah, they're super intelligent. They're very well trained animals. Like, you can train rats to do all kinds of things. When I was learning about rats, getting into them, and they're because of their like brain wiring and their psychology, they have a lot of traits that they share with humans in a lot of ways. So they often respond in ways that humans will. They have altruism as a trait. They're social as well. I don't know. I learned so much from having rats. But yeah, a Gambian poach rat, they're a bit of a different breed. You don't see these when in the general like pet rat world. But yeah, I know Wolf likes rats. My cat's running right. Oh dang, yeah. Nero only gets cooked meat. Yeah, your cat's naughty. I mean, Nero can be not. No, he's not really that naughty. He's actually very. He does things I don't like want him to do sometimes, and I have to like deal with that. But by and large, he's very well behaved and delightful little dude. Yeah, I know. I was like, I hope to God when I was watching those videos, I was like, I hope to God I don't see this beast like catch a rat and like eat it. I remember I had a cat kill a rat once. That was pretty bad. Like, I was just like, oh God. Because I had pet rats at the time, and I was like, oh God. And it was a wild rat she caught and brought in, and then it died. And I was like, oh, this is. Pikas, those are cute. What do you mean? Enable travel permit? What do you mean? Are you particularly restricted, or is there some other travel permit thing? You have to explain a bit more. What was I going to look up? Pikas, right? This is the cute animal stream. Look at the little babies. Yeah, so cute. Look at them. Yeah, they are a bit like rabbits, aren't they? They're like rabbits with cute little ears. Cute little rounded ears. It's so dear. Armadillos carry leprosy. That's insane. I had no idea they carried leprosy. What, you don't think of an armadillo and think that? That's wild. I mean, rats carry disease. You know what? Humans carry way more disease. How about the disease that humans carry? I mean, yeah, you don't want to have a bunch of rats on your property. I get it. I get it. Get the rats. You don't want them digging up your, burrowing in your trees and like eating all your stuff, you know? They can be very destructive very easily. They're little, you know. They eat armadillos. Pikas are cute in a pika stew. Have you had pika stew? Have you eaten pika, Court? Y'all just eat anything down there, don't you? If it moves, you're gonna like kill it and eat it. This is why I can't live down there. People are like, "Whoa, why don't you like move there? You'd love it there." I'm like, do you know anything about me? Like, what? Can't be dealing with all that. If not cooked right, you'll get it. Good God. That's terrible. Yeah, I know. I'm not that adventurous. Aw, the little plague carrying prairie dog's cute. Tree rats are the worst. They taunt the wolf. I bet they do. Yeah. Okay. These animals, armadillos are so cute too. But I don't know, when I see rats in the wild, I'm always like, hey, baby. Hi. Hi. I did see one in June. I think was the last time I saw a rat in the wild. It was at the park. And it was just doing its little thing. And it was a lovely little creature. And I just appreciated watching it. It like ran under these benches. And then it kind of disappeared and then popped back out again. I thought I'd missed it. And then, there it was again. And I was happy to see it. I don't know. They're a bit more elusive, they don't pop up that much. They're not wanting to be, dealt with. And I think, most humans are terrified of them or like probably very frightening to them. So, but it's interesting because, rats were when they first became kind of like domesticated as pets, they already have a level of domestication just because they are, kind of animals that swarm around us because of, what we produce as humans, But yeah, when they first became domesticated as pets, they were very easy, apparently, to tame. Let me look up this guy. There was this rat tamer guy in like the Victorian era that kind of started the craze of having rats. Look this guy up here. Jack Black, Her Majesty's Rat Catcher. This guy. Interesting. So yeah, I mean, he was a rat catcher as well. So he was like a guy who would can kind of work as an exterminator in some ways, getting rats out of areas and selling rats for different reasons, killing them if need be. But yeah, he can't find the specific guy though. Maybe this is it. Let's visit this site. Yeah, Jack Black was this guy's name. Let me share that screen with y'all. Your dog is an American rat terrier. I do love rat terriers. I know, I remember that happening. So I do remember that when that went down. That was very scary. And just also the controversy with the truckers at all. Like, come on. Maybe that's for the best, Maybe it's just better that he scares them off. My dog is a wolf in a dog suit, and the other one is a pig in a dog suit. Oh my. Now, aren't pigs very similar to dogs in a lot of their characteristics? That's what I've heard from like people who keep pigs. Ugh. I don't know about keeping pigs, like having to put them, kill them and eat them. Oh, that'd be hard. My heart. I don't know. Yeah, they're cute dogs, the little rat terriers. Indeed. Charlotte's Web. Real life Charlotte's Web. And Templeton, we've got Templeton there with the little rat. Oh, God. I love rats. I learned so much from them. I love that about animals. If you watch them and you can kind of observe their ways of being, there's interesting things to pick up about them. Okay, so this is, Her Majesty's rat catcher, Jack Black. This is a interesting story I came across years ago. I think I read about it. There was this comic book I came across called A Tale of One Bad Rat. I am blanking on the artist's name right now. If anybody wants to look it up in chat and post it, that would be cool. Or not, you can just listen to me go on. But yeah, it was the story of this teenage runaway girl who, it's like this tragic story of this girl who, it's not tragic because she overcomes a lot, but she's a teen runaway. She ends up living in this, finding this squat basically to live in with these other homeless kids, or, kind of like a network. And she has this pet rat that she has with her at the time. And then she's living in this place, and one day she comes home and her bedroom door was open and her rat was dead and had been killed by like one of the other people in the place's cat. So she like goes on this adventure. But anyway, there's a lot of interesting rat history and stories about rats and stuff that I came across in this comic book. It was like really cool. And I got it around the time that I started keeping them as pets. So learning about this guy that tamed rats and kind of is known for kind of turning them into pets, a concept of them as pets. See, there's the little babies in the cage. I don't know if they'll have anything in here about Okay. The rat's most notorious enemy, Jack Black, rat catcher to Her Majesty the Queen. Black was an enterprising Dr. Dolittle meets the Pied Piper with an aptitude for animal breeding, catching, and killing, as well as an eye for business. He became a minor celebrity of Victorian London streets for his rat handling theatrics. He had a particular talent of sticking his hand in a cage of rats without getting bitten. His flamboyant costume of white leather pants, green coat, and scarlet waistcoat with a rat belt buckle, which he cast himself, caught the eye of Henry Mayhew, a journalist who profiled Black in his encyclopedic account of London street life, London Labor and the London Poor. Black appeared in the third volume of the series, published in 1861, by which time he had been appointed the official rat catcher to Queen Victoria. How exciting, what an honor. I don't know, is there anything in here though about, okay, here we go. Black was an opportunist. He developed both a gentle touch and a killer instinct, talents which he honed by breeding a menagerie of animals, including dogs, ferrets, birds, and many breeds of fancy rats. Okay, so he's like the guy who is behind the concept of the fancy rat. Love me some fancy rats. It's interesting because, they'll have like particular markings and just traits. I do find them very... 19th century rats were equal opportunist thieves, invading the townhomes of Belgravia as often as the slums of East London, and collecting whatever they could carry. I found under one floor in a gent's house a great quantity of table napkins and silver spoons and forks, which the rats had carried away for the grease on them. That is so funny. Like, imagine the silver goes missing, right? And just imagine the poor like servants in this house too. You have to imagine. Brian Talbot, thank you, Brian Talbot. He's done a number of really amazing comics, or they're not even comics; they're like graphic novels. He's done some really amazing ones. I do love the movie Willard. I don't have a copy of it though. I know we're learning some men's history right here, white men's history, no doubt. I'm glad I could share this bit with y'all. We could learn about Jack Black. Okay, yeah, I just love this though. This scene of like imagining coming across a stash of silver that the rats had taken. That must have been quite a sight. And that I'm just, thinking of like the poor servants who, probably got a down talking to every time a piece of silver went missing, They lined them up in the kitchen. All right, then. The butler, housekeeper, and cook, all the elder servants, the established servants lined up, looking them down. Little skivvies and footmen and parlor maids. And then they would also have, the lady's maid probably off to the side, but still there and still very stern, dressing down these young servants. Now then, another piece of silver has gone missing. It reflects on the character and morals of you and this house. It wasn't me. Honest. I didn't take nothing. I didn't. Are you sure, Emily? To lie is a great sin. Okay, I'm getting in my head about it. I've watched Upstairs, Downstairs too many times. But yeah, I just imagine that. And then like years later, it's a rat stash. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, they're going off in some other cultural things about rats. The fact that rats are ultimately fiercely intelligent mammals can complicate human relationships with them. While there is no American Fancy Cockroach Association, there have always been effete rat enthusiasts. Black used to breed fancy rats as pets for English ladies. Oh, that would be me. I definitely was an English lady in a past life, and I definitely had a fancy rat, if that is a thing, which I don't believe it is. But I spit a little there. Oh, God, how inelegant. Rats are mammals? What do you mean? Of course they're mammals. They give birth, they milk their babies, they're warm blooded. Rats are so sweet. They are so sweet. Like, oh no. Yeah, after having them as pets, you kind of like when you love a little animal like that, you know, that is so despised, and you see like the other side. I mean, I see it in the wild rats I come across, the ones that are not like fancy rats. I know that they have all of these good traits. And I love when I can get them some food, when I can throw them something good to eat. I don't always have something, but like when a rat crosses my path or I come across like some rats and I can throw them something, I'm like, yeah, little babies. I don't know. But then, you know, they cause a lot of destruction as well. Like they mess people's stuff up. They nasty, they chew it up. They leave their little droppings and pee everywhere. They burrow, have babies and stuff. Like it's nasty to deal with rats. Like you don't want to be dealing with rats in your home. Has anyone ever watched Hoarders? And have you seen the episode of the guy with the house that was overrun with rats he was hoarding? That one was intense. That was intense. That guy was intense. But like one of the ladies like they have these psychologists on the show. One of them adopted some of the rats. So yeah, it was like a big it was a big to do. It was a big episode. I know. Irish Pro, but you know I had to watch that. There was also another show I watched, a reality show where there was this woman who had like I think it was like My Crazy Obsession or something. And it was this woman who had like 40 plus rats, which I know people get that way. I can't have that many animals. That's too much to be responsible for. It's insane. I feel like that's insane. But yeah, her husband was not happy with it. It caused problems in their marriage. She would not obey him. It was a situation though. He was like much older than her. And I think she had a child as well that was like not his. So anyway. I know when they locate the missing pets. Oh God. I know sometimes they have like dead animals in their homes. Those are always like really painful to watch. That's always like, I don't know. It's scary. It's so scary. Anyway, going off on a tangent here. Those things are hard to watch. It's hard to think about like a, you know, I don't know. People just, I don't know. It happens for a lot of reasons, I guess. I don't want to think. Yeah, I know. I know. God, and the bugs and just I don't know. It's horrible thinking about how awful that would be. Hmm. Oh, wait, no, I wasn't done with that. The war on rats waged on as the vermin continued to infest London, but as the century progressed and Victorians softened their attitudes towards domesticated dogs, dog-rat matches were eventually replaced by fancy dog shows. So yeah, they used to have matches where they would have dogs, kill rats and sometimes the rat catchers would catch them and sell them to, be in these horrific fights. Horrible to my mind now, but I know people fight dogs, it's real. People fight dogs and people fight chickens, roosters. So, and other things that people do all kinds of weird things. They release small lizards in neighborhoods and then sell them. Interesting. Just let them breed and then capture them to sell them. I don't know. My mom's place has tons of these little tiny black lizards that just run through their yard all the time. There's tons of them. They're so cute, they're fun to watch. I'm always going to be like, oh, animal, oh, bug, and they have love bugs there that I saw. Yeah, the first time love bugs getting it on. That was interesting. Okay. Pythons. So they have pythons that are wild. They've got wild pythons. Oh, that's ugh. No, thank God that the Cajuns are where they're at. My goodness, Court. No. Why y'all eating iguanas? Who looks at an iguana and thinks, yep, let's put that on the barbecue? A very hungry person, I guess. Dang. Oh, I see. Okay. Pythons are overrunning Florida. Yeah, I love when I see a salamander. Have you ever seen a salamander in the water? That's exciting. Or frogs. Or turtles. Sometimes I've seen turtles. Of course he did. But thanks for the free advertisement. I mean, yeah, we don't have many viewers here. Siamese fighting fish. Oh no. What are those? I'm not familiar with those. Let me see. Let's look it up. Wait, that's a betta fish. Betta. Right? Isn't that betta? Yeah, it's a betta. Betta. I had a betta. He was a wonderful fish. I loved my betta. Mr. Bojangles, he was he was red and purple. Very lovely little fish. Look at them. Aren't they beautiful? I still want to have a betta. I bought a fish tank actually when I first moved in here with the intention of getting a fish. And yeah, I haven't. I thought maybe now would be a better time, but I don't know. I don't know if I should. I don't know if it's a good idea. It's a lot to take care of a fish. I don't know that I have the energy really. But yeah, I should really sell that. But I did have a fish once, a betta, and he was a lovely fish. I had him for a couple of years actually. I loved watching him, and he had a personality too. It was interesting to interact with him and to have him like actually acknowledge me and like respond to me. Yeah, it was good to have him. They're very lovely fish. I got him at my cousin's wedding, of all things. Why wouldn't I have a fish tank? It's so easy. It's just a lot for me to manage, physically. And then, just strength wise, being able to hold things, when it comes to cleaning it and like just maintaining it well. Yeah, I think it's a lot. The fish tank I have is like, it's a good size. It would be good. It would be great for a beta, to be honest. It would be like most betas don't live that well, you know. But yeah, it's heavy and just a lot to clean. And then I also wonder, like, well, what surface am I going to put it on as well? Because I need to be able to access it and to like clean it. And most counters are like, a bit above my waist, So there's all kinds of things I have to consider with that. It's kind of when I got it, and I was a bit more able bodied when I got it too. So I was thinking, I'd still be, able to do more. But anyway, it's, it is what it is. Just throwing it out there. I don't want to have a fish. I'm perfectly content, but it was something I was thinking about. I mean, they're beautiful to have. They really are. You know what? And also, when I took care of Merlin, I told you all about the lovely little dog that I took care of that passed away recently. I also took care of their lizard. His name is Zorro. He was a spotted gecko. Very interesting little dude. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would get a pump, but still, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and I'm a modern, frazzled, businesswoman. I need like time to decompress. I can't be fussing with all of that. I get frazzled, and I need to, to kind of collapse into, my feminine energy. Can't be doing all that. Your sister has Maine Coon cats. They're quite big. Oh dear. They're quite something though. They're lovely. Look at these beta. Beta. This is the only kind of beta you want to be, right? Look at these betas. Oh God, how beautiful. Look at that. Yeah, when they fan out, he had really lovely features. But yeah, I mentioned I got the beta fish at my cousin's wedding. They has one of the decorations in the like windows of the church. They had these little fish bowls that they put beta fish in, and then they put a candle, like a floating candle on top of these. And that was like one of the decorations they had in the window. I was like, what the heck? And I felt like at the time I was very like animal rights kind of, irritating vegetarian person in my family. God, I don't know how they dealt with me, honestly. I had to be different. So anyway, I like, after the wedding happened, I went and was like, hey, what's going to happen with these fish? And they're like, oh, I don't know. We'll probably just toss them. And I was like, are you serious? And so I just picked one and was like, no, you're going to live with me. I'm going to keep you. And then, yeah, that was interesting. So it was in this tiny little bowl. I knew that wasn't good for it. So I went to like a Fred Meyer type of store. I don't know if they have them where everyone are. But it's like one of those stores that has not just groceries, but like different departments in it. So they had fish tanks there. They had those like ones that were like a fish bowl in the sense that it wasn't aerated, but it was okay to like keep a beta. And it was about a bit much larger, and it had it. The thing about it that was good was it had this like cover. So I was in Fairbanks, Alaska for this wedding, mind you, or not. Yeah, I think it was Fairbanks. Yeah, they hadn't moved to North Pole at that time. So okay, I'm in Fairbanks, Alaska for this wedding. Fairbanks is like 6+ hours away from my home in Anchorage, and we've driven there, and we're going to drive back, mind you. So yeah, quite an adventure getting that little fish. But yeah, I kept him alive for a couple years. When he died, it was sad. I was like, middle of winter too. Oh, I'm sorry, Maynard. Yeah, that sounds hard. Like a saltwater tank sounds like a career. Like really, it doesn't sound like. Yeah, it sounds like something that you're really working on. Oh my gosh, Port! What a terrible little wicked boy you were. See, and people think children are innocent. Look at this. Look at that. If they are Siamese fish, how come they're not connected together? I know. It is nice though. It's nice to not be so chlorinated. But then yeah. These beautiful fish. Oh, they are stunning. They really are. I just love how like I don't know, they're just sweet fish. But yeah, they will kill one another. It's interesting. Little betas. They're so dear. Wow, look at this beauty. Look at that. What a stunner, huh? Gosh. What a beautiful fish. Oh, I'm touched. I am touched by the beauty of this little critter, isn't it? Hmm. Look at that. I mean, it's like red, white, and blue. American USA all the way. Beta fish. They are so lovely. They're just lovely to watch. I think I love, yeah, goldfish, koi, betas. These type of fish are just gorgeous to watch swim. They're just their movements. They're so elegant in the water. They really are kind of like beautiful just to observe. Fish are in general. I mean, I love all kinds of fish, to be honest. I've never like seen an aquarium and thought, oh, I'm not interested in this. Obviously, I'm interested. If there's an aquarium, I'm going to be looking at fish. Yeah, I think the males are like more, evocatively colored, and the females are a bit more, you know, modest. Mm. Yeah, I think that's often the case in the animal kingdom. Humans are the only ones that have like flipped the script. We've overcome our animal nature where men get to be modest and women get to be the flamboyant ones. That's, God's perfect order he had to separate us from the animals, among so many other things. But anyway, yeah, beautiful. Thanks for bringing them up. It was nice to kind of look at these. I mean, they're just so beautiful. Oh, wow. Look at that one. Yeah, he had these really beautiful, like, long tendrils on his tail. Mr. Bojangles did. I called him Mr. Bojangles. I don't know why, y'all. Silly little name. I thought, and I thought it was a name, because when I brought it to my dad, because I made this decision without consulting my father. I just like straight up snatched the fish, and I was like, I went up to him and put on that like manipulative little girl smile, and I was like, Daddy, it's Mr. Bojangles. I had to save him. So yeah, we good memories, huh? Good memories. And he was like, "You're not gonna name it that." And I was like, "No, I will." Hello, Aaron. Welcome to the chat, Aaron. Aaron with a little E. Oh, y'all. I thought I was going to be winding down, but then I got all that extra steam to be looking up the rat terrier. Not the rat terrier, the rat catcher. Thank you for all your work. Hey, no problem. Thanks, Aaron. All my work. I'm like thinking, I do a lot of work, don't I? I'm just out here working. I don't know. Aaron go, bruh. Work. Court Green has doxed himself as being from Lafayette. I inspired you to develop spiritually. Oh, well, that is a good thing. Hey, how's that going? How's your spiritual journey going? Former atheist stereotype. That's good. Good to let go of the atheism. I don't know. There's something wrong. What's wrong with the godless? There's something like that isn't connecting there, and I don't know. It's not good for us. Well, it definitely is French, Mina. Mina. However you say Mina. The heart of Cajun country. Get you some. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Ah. Doing destruction. Oh, my courts. Oh, my. Marquis de Lafayette was no beta. I seem happy. Watch out what you see on the internet. I would say I have more peace. I don't know about happiness so much as more peace in my life. And that is good, more joy and more peace. You feel like you're interacting with a powerful person. Thank you. That's a good thank you. I mean, it's good. It's good, you know, it's good to be cognizant of, you know, the fact that people are, able to be powerful in ways, Thanks, Mana. Well, with your help, you do so much, to make the boys feel welcome around here, Mana. Because portions suck. I don't know what portions is. What portions? Are you? Is that a typo? Portland? Does Portland suck? It doesn't suck. If it sucked, I wouldn't be here. It's, trust me, a lot more fun to live here than a lot of places in the country. And in the world. Like, it's a fun place, There's a lot to do and see. It's beautiful. The landscape, the land base is just so rich and abundant, teeming with life, always green all year round. The air is good. The water is good. We're very blessed. The people can be a bit, insane, but hi. It's also a place where you can be an individual, I don't do well in like small towns and that kind of thing. I found I definitely couldn't, I stuck out way too much, I never felt like I could just kind of be and live a normal life. But here I feel like I can live a normal life. Like, I'm not the most interesting thing that's happening when I go out, I don't drink alcohol, Mana. And I haven't been to the lesbian bar. Yeah, I do know a bit about the Riot Girl movement, of course. Of course I know about Riot Girl. What are you doing, sweetie? Come on. What are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come on. He's begging. Carrie Brownstein. Carrie Brownstein, yeah, from Sleater Kinney and of course Portlandia fame. I mean, I don't like or dislike her. I don't really like Sleater Kinney that much. I mean, I never really got into their music that extensively. I only really knew a couple of songs by them. I haven't heard any of their early music. I mean, yeah, as far as like exploring Riot Girl music, I don't really know much about it. The only like groups that I can think of that I kind of ever listened to that I guess are from that or are adjacent to that would be like L7 would be one, The Lunatics would be another. Come on, baby. Come on. Stop it. 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 Stop. Stop. Come on. Come on. What are you doing? Come on. I don't like Bikini Kill much. I mean, like, I like Kathleen Hanna though, and I like Latigra. Come on, 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 come on. What are you doing? He doesn't want me talking about all this vapid stuff. Yeah, you shouldn't worship anyone. You definitely should not worship a dead human being. That was like totally crazy. Yeah. Come here. I know, I remember doing that, didn't I? I did like that little saint thing where I wrote about these different feminist figures being saints, that you could call on, spirits you could call on. I was crazy, y'all. That was some wicked stuff I was pushing there. Don't do that. Don't be praying to any dead woman. What the hell are you thinking? And no, you definitely cannot buy a tarot spread. I don't do that anymore. That stuff, don't mess around with that stuff. Don't. Don't get involved in that. Come on, cutie. Come on. Why don't you come here? He's being jealous. Why don't you come here? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Should I go to church? Go if the spirit leads you. I don't know. I can't answer that for you. Do you feel like you should join a church? Do you feel like joining a church would be good for you? That it would help you grow spiritually? Do you feel like, you have gifts that you can offer in that kind of community setting that would help like enrich other people? You're a hermit. I mean, is that good for you though, ultimately? You probably should know some people. Where did all the homies go off to? We still got a number of viewers for it. It's just me and Aaron now. Yeah, not everybody wants to chat all the time. My cat. I think he is pulling me away, you guys. But yeah, don't be doing that. I do think bye court. Have fun at Nick's stream. I'll probably be going there soon too. I'm gonna wrap up. Well, yeah, if you have like a lot of family that's passed on to, does the spirit lead you to do that, Aaron? Seek God first, okay? Seek God first. God will reveal to you that you need to get rid of those things or not. But he'll convict you if that is something that needs to go. Is it an idol for you? Is it in your way? Like, are you using it to do wicked things? Are you using it to practice witchcraft or divination? No? What are you using it for? Are you using it to worship, an idol? Hey, come on. Come on. There you are. Where were you? Where were you? I know, Maina. I know. Have to do something else. This is where I shift beliefs. Oh, goodness. Generic chaos magic where I shift beliefs. Belief is a tool, right? I don't know, though. Again, witchcraft. It's a work of the flesh. You have to, understand that when you're utilizing witchcraft, that what you're serving is your own flesh. You're not serving the development of your spirit. And that's the problem of it. And because you are gratifying the flesh before the spirit, what you're doing is you're, essentially mortifying your own spirit in the process. It turns you wicked and nasty and ugly. You don't want to be that way on your death, when you go to meet your maker. You want to be free of all that. Is prayer still? I mean, I guess, if you believe, it depends on what you think it is. I don't know that it is the same. And how are you praying? Are you praying in the way that like pagans do, where they holler and moan and ask for things and petition, and or do you just go and sit and let God speak? I'm sorry to hear about your mother's passing, though. That's awful. I'm sorry. Don't watch the stream from last night because, yeah, I got teary eyed reading about the author's mother dying. Very hard thing to deal with. She would love me. Don't hoop and holler neither. Wolves for that too. Yeah, I mean it is. It is. It's vain. It's vain, isn't it? It's just the same way that, hey, come on. Come on. Okay, he's ticked. Y'all, it's been fun. I've been on here, 2 hours and 40 something minutes. That's enough. I'm out. The cat is ticked. I can't be answering no more questions, Aaron. You have to come back another time because I'm out. The cat he's done. But y'all have a good night, okay? Thanks for being here and visiting. Y'all, I'll be back another time. Bye.